All right, gourmets and lovers of all-natural food, put down that sandwich. Seriously, slowly place it on the table and back away. We need to talk about food. You think the supermarket is a place to buy food? Oh no, it is an exhibition of chemical industry achievements and marketing hypnosis. We are used to thinking that if the label features a grandma in a scarf or a happy cow, the product was made with love. In reality, it was made with a level of cynicism that would make a card shark jealous. Today, we are exposing 40 products that are pretending to be food. Get ready to rip the mask off your dinner. It's going to be painful, funny, and a little bit hungry. 1. Wasabi. Just horseradish in makeup. You're sitting in a sushi bar, dipping your roll into that green paste, feeling that characteristic kick in your sinuses. Ah, authentic Japanese taste, you think. Hold on to your chair. In 99% of cases, you are not eating wasabi. You are eating plain old horseradish dyed green with a splash of mustard. Real wasabi root is a capricious plant that costs about $250 per kilo and loses its flavor 15 minutes after grating. That green blob on your plate is just starch, horseradish, and food dye. You're paying for exotic luxury, but eating the same thing your grandma serves with roast beef. 2. Crab sticks. Never saw the sea. Let's be honest, no one really thinks there's king crab meat in those pink cylinders, but we hope they at least lay next to a crab. The reality is harsher. Crab sticks are the hot dogs of the sea. They are made of surimi, a fancy Japanese word for fish paste made from scraps. It's ground up pollock, hake, and whatever else couldn't be sold whole, washed until it's tasteless white protein, then mixed with starch, soy, egg whites, and flavor enhancers. That red stripe? Just paprika or carmine dye to make your eyes happy. 3. Truffle oil. Perfume for your fries. Truffle oil on a menu instantly adds a few dollars to the price tag. You smell that earthy aroma and think of pigs hunting mushrooms in Italian forests. Sorry to burst your bubble. Most truffle oil has never even been in the same room as a truffle. That smell comes from 2,4-dithiopentane, a synthetic compound derived from petroleum. It's a chemical concentrate. You are essentially pouring a lab-made perfume onto your salad that mimics the smell of a rare mushroom. 4. White chocolate, the stepchild of sweets. If you love white chocolate, I have news for you. You aren't eating chocolate. To legally be chocolate, it needs cocoa solids. White chocolate has 0. It's just cocoa butter, sugar, milk powder, and fat. In cheap versions, they swap cocoa butter for palm oil. It's a block of sweet fat. Calling it chocolate is like calling ketchup a tomato smoothie. 5. Baby carrots, victims of plastic surgery. Those cute, perfectly identical little carrots in the snack bags, they don't grow that way. There is no baby carrot farm. These are regular, ugly, crooked, or broken adult carrots that were shaved down by industrial machines into perfect cylinders. They are then bathed in a chlorine solution to kill bacteria and preserve that bright orange color. They aren't babies, they are whittled down adults. 6. Balsamic vinegar. Painted acid traditional balsamic vinegar from Modena is aged in barrels for at least 12 years and is thick like syrup. The stuff you buy for $5 at the grocery store? It's just cheap wine vinegar with caramel coloring and sugar added for thickness. If the ingredients list says coloring or sugar, you bought dyed acid water. It's like buying a Rolex in a back alley. It ticks, but you wouldn't brag about it. 7. Orange juice. Zombie in a carton, 100% juice, not from concentrate. You drink it thinking it's fresh. In reality, to store juice for year-round sales, manufacturers strip all the oxygen out of it. This allows it to sit in massive vats for a year without spoiling, but it also removes all the flavor. Before bottling, they add flavor packs, perfume-like engineered chemical mixes to make it taste like oranges again. You are drinking reanimated zombie juice. 8. Stacked chips, potato paper. You know those chips that are perfectly shaped and stacked in a tube? Nature doesn't grow potatoes in identical hyperbolas. These chips have as much in common with a potato as a particle board does with an oak tree. They are made from dehydrated potato flour, corn flour, and starch mixed into a dough, pressed into molds, and fried. You are eating potato cardboard sprinkled with bacon flavor. 9. Grated Parmesan, wood pulp. Too lazy to grate your own cheese? That shaker of pre-grated Parmesan contains cellulose. Do you know what cellulose is? It's wood pulp, sawdust. Manufacturers add it to stop the cheese from clumping. Legally, they can add quite a bit. So when you sprinkle that over your pasta, you are effectively garnishing your meal with IKEA furniture dust. 10. Farmed salmon, the gray mouse of the ocean. Wild salmon is pink because it eats shrimp and krill. The salmon you buy in the store is likely farmed. It lives in crowded pens and eats soy pellets. Its natural flesh color is a depressing gray. No one would buy gray salmon. So farmers use a color chart called the Salmofan and add pigments to the feed to dye the meat the specific shade of pink consumers want. You are eating gray fish wearing makeup. 11. Honey, the sweet lie. Honey is one of the most faked foods in history. Most commercial honey is ultra-filtered to remove pollen. Often it's diluted with high-fructose corn syrup or rice syrup. It's just sticky sugar water with no health benefits. Real honey crystallizes over time. The fake stuff stays liquid forever, like a plastic souvenir. 12. Black olives, dyed green ones. Have you heard that green olives are young and black ones are ripe? Nice theory. In reality, ripe black olives are too soft to transport easily. So manufacturers take hard, unripe green olives and soak them in lye and ferrous gluconate. This oxidizes them and turns them jet black. You aren't eating ripe olives, you're eating green ones chemically darkened with rust. 13. Tea bags, dust from the floor. If you rip open a standard cheap tea bag, you won't find leaves. You'll find dust and fannings, the industry term for the waste left over after sorting high-quality tea. It's basically the sweepings from the factory floor, packaged in paper. It brews instantly because it's dust, giving you color and bitterness, but almost no real aroma. 14. Vanilla, petrochemical flavor. Vanilla is expensive. The orchid has to be hand-pollinated, but that cheap vanilla extract or wafer, it contains vanillin synthesized in a lab. Historically, it was sometimes made from castoreum, but that's too rare now. Today, 85% of vanillin comes from guaiacol or lignin. Your cupcake smells like refined oil or paper mill byproducts. 15. Iced green tea, soda without the fizz. You buy a bottle of healthy green tea with a leaf on the label. Wake up. That bottle has as much sugar as a Coke. The tiny amount of tea extract inside is drowned in preservatives and citric acid. You aren't detoxing, you're drinking tea-flavored syrup. 16. Blueberry muffins, dyed fat balls. Look at the ingredients on your blueberry muffin mix. If it says blueberry bits or fruity flakes, there are no berries. Those are little balls of starch, corn syrup, and hydrogenated oil dyed with blue number 2 and red number 40. Real blueberries are expensive and bleed color into the dough. These petrochemical balls are cheaper and eternal. 17. Processed cheese slices, plastic cheese. Those individually wrapped orange squares? They melt perfectly because they aren't really cheese. They are cheese product, often containing less than 51% cheese. The rest is whey, emulsifiers, and vegetable oil. If you try to melt one with a lighter, it won't drip. It will char and burn like plastic. 18. Maple syrup, corn imposter. Real maple syrup takes 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. It's expensive. The pancake syrup on the shelf is just corn syrup with maple flavoring. You are eating cheap sugar disguised as a Canadian dream. 19. Bouillon cubes, salt blocks. Rich chicken stock in a cube? Nope. It's 80% salt and palm oil. The chicken part is usually less than 1%, powdered skin or bone listed after the dyes. You are drinking salty oil with MSG. 20. Extra virgin olive oil, the mafia cocktail. The olive oil market is rife with fraud. Much of what is sold as Italian extra virgin is actually cheap soybean or sunflower oil cut with chlorophyll for color and beta-carotene for flavor. Experts estimate up to 70% of imported extra virgin oil in the U.S. is fake or adulterated.
So there you have it. Your trip to the grocery store is now a minefield operation. You'll be squinting at labels and suspecting every jar. Living just got a bit more complicated, but at least you'll stop chewing on sawdust thinking it's Parmesan. History isn't just wars and dates, it's also the lies on your plate. Bon appetit!